Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Sweet Fuse at your side along Mitarashi's route. I think we're nearing the ending here, but we'll probably have one more video after this or so. I don't know, we'll see. It's really hard to tell with these things. We've been taken hostage, Mitarashi and I, and we're tied up in a storehouse somewhere. And we're about to take a nap, I guess, because we can't figure out what else to do. So you can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story.
Alright, this isn't going anywhere, so we might as well sleep. We need our strength.
Yeah, that's true. The next day would be the 7th and final day. If Hogstein wanted us as hostages, I was sure he had some plan to use our predicament against the others. Just like the way he'd used Orabe as a shield for the aliens. He'll probably dangle us over a pit of boiling oil or something.
Tomorrow morning's gonna be the final showdown.
Yeah, we have to find a way out of here before the game starts. Well, then it's no time to nap.
It's like you're reading my mind. No reason for us to make it easy for him.
I nodded.
Alright, bedtime it is then. Good night, Saki.
What? I thought you just said we were supposed to find a way out of here before morning. Now you're about to sleep? That doesn't work, Mitarashi. It was only a small thing, but I felt my heart jump happily when he said goodnight. Then all the day's events finally caught up to me, and I felt exhausted. And starved to death. I snuggled up close to Ryuji and let my eyes slide closed. Aww. Snuggle. I love to snuggle up to a big hunk like that. Well, time to skip again. Stage 7.
Wake up, sleepyhead.
I felt someone shaking me and opened my eyes to see Ryuji's face above me. Ryuji? Wait, weren't we tied up? How is he?
You okay?
As he spoke, he said about taking off my ropes. Yeah, I'm fine, but weren't you tied up too? He grinned and pointed at the floor behind me. I turned to see a piglet unconscious, sprawled across it.
A hostage is a very important prop for Hogstein's little play, right?
Oh, so you tricked them again?
Yup. Haven't gotten any smarter since we duped them on the boat, I guess.
He'd gotten the attention of the piglet watching the warehouse and pretended his injury had gotten worse and he was about to die. How did he do all this without waking me up? Once he convinced the piglet to loosen his ropes, it was all over.
So, what do you think? Pretty smart, huh?
Yeah, I'm just surprised I didn't wake up. Me too. I actually felt a little embarrassed that I'd been off in dreamland while he was fighting a piglet.
Well, he seemed pretty wiped. I don't blame you for sleeping through it. Besides, you look super cute when you're sleeping.
Aww. You were watching me?
Yeah, why not? I'd watch you sleep all day if I could.
Oh, Mitarashi, can he get any sweeter? Oh, jeez. I don't care if he likes it, that's really embarrassing. But super flattering, come on.
Anyway, we should get moving. If more of these guys show up, it's going to be trouble.
Why did I whimper?
What? Oh, come on, you still all worked up over that? I thought we talked about the shrinking violet stuff. Let's go.
He frowned and started to pull me along. Oh man, maybe he's right. Why am I so worked up over this? Yeah, get over it. I need to pull it together. We're not done with this game yet. Ryuji.
What now?
Promise me we'll get out of here alive.
Yeah, of course we will.
He squeezed my hand.
We all will. You, me, Subaru, everybody. Nobody gets left behind.
Right. We nodded to one another and strode out of the warehouse. Mitarashi and Saki to the rescue! Ha! You ain't got no hostages anymore, Hogstein. What you gonna do? The warehouse was surrounded by a thick green forest, but above it we could see the black of Castle Hogstein.
Huh. I didn't realize it when we were in there. But this is the place from that first night.
That's what I figured. Well, but that was from the same set drawing.
Back when you patched me up the first time.
Hard to believe that was only 6 days ago.
Whoops. Probably shouldn't be letting myself get all nostalgic right now, huh?
Judging by the sun, it was almost noon, and we didn't have long before Hogstein figured out we'd escaped. Do you think we could hook up with everybody else before the game starts? Well, they should have started by now, I would think.
Maybe, but doing it without Hogstein noticing, that's going to be tough.
We were still mulling it over when my phone rang. It's Shido.
Great! Ask him what he thinks we should do.
I nodded and flipped open the phone. Isn't this kind of suspicious? Oh, no, I knew it.
Oink!
What?
This is Subaru Shido. You better not get in the way of my investigation. Just kidding. Oink, oink, oink.
It wasn't Shido's voice at all, but I definitely recognized it. Hogstein?
Hey, what the hell's going on? Why does he have Subaru's phone?
Oink, oink. Wondering how I got this phone, huh? Oh, that's an exciting story.
Well?
You see, after I let him call you last night, I took his phone.
That's... Of course! That must have been the deal Shido was talking about.
You're not going to meet up with your friends. Bad hostages get punished, and you've been very bad hostages.
Bad hostages, you tried to escape. Bad, bad. Then he was gone.
How did he get Subaru's phone?
It sounds like handing over his phone was the condition for being allowed to call us the other night.
Damn. Well, he knows we've flown the coop now.
Things were looking bad. Hogstein almost certainly already had people out looking for us. Maybe we should leave the woods and head for the plaza.
Good idea. We need to get as far away from the warehouse as possible.
We hid in the shadows of the trees. Just in case, we made our way carefully toward the plaza.
Hey, hold up a minute.
I stopped and Ryuji looked around cautiously for a moment before continuing.
Do you think Hogstein took the other phones, or just Subaru's?
Oh, that's a good point.
Why don't you try calling somebody else? If we know what they're doing, that'll give us a better idea of what to do.
Who should I call? I decided Shirabe would be the best bet.
Shirabe speaking.
Oh, thank goodness it's you! I looked over at Ryuji, nodded, and turned on the speaker.
We were getting pretty worried about you. How are things over there?
I told him everything, how Hogstein had captured us and how we'd escaped, and were making our way to the plaza.
We're almost there ourselves, but you should break off and pick another target.
What? Why?
There are piglets everywhere, and they're on high alert. I'm pretty sure they're looking for you.
Oh no.
As far as what you should do now, hold on a second.
I could hear Shirabe discussing something in the background, and before long Shido's voice came over the speaker.
This is Shido. Listen carefully. If we beat this last game, then all 7 of us should be free to go. Right now I think your best bet is to just keep running. You got that? Do whatever it takes, but don't let them catch you.
Got it. I snapped the phone shut.
So basically, we're playing tag with Hogstein. Huh, sounds fun.
Fun? I question your sense of fun. Just like I did somebody else's the other day. Can't remember who it was. Wait, why are we heading to Castle Hogstein?
Damn, this isn't looking so good.
Yeah, we should find a place to hide. Not be running toward what's probably the most populated place in the whole park. We made it to the edge of the forest next to Alice Cart, near the road that led back to the plaza. Just as Shirabe had said, there were piglets everywhere. Well, Hogstein did say we weren't going to get to meet up with our friends. I guess he wasn't kidding.
This is as close as we're going to be able to get to the plaza. Let's head back into the woods and see how things go.
I nodded, and we turned and moved off. I didn't even know Hogstein had that many piglets. We're going to have to be careful.
Yeah. Oh, hey, speak of the devil.
What, are we going to steal the unitards? I think we'd still be pretty conspicuous, because all the piglets seem to have the same physique. And Mitarashi's too big and I'm too small. They're coming into the woods now? As soon as the piglet spotted us, it dropped into a fighting stance. Run!
So he's got them running security and looking for us.
He stepped forward in between me and the piglet.
Well, I can deal with this one.
Ryuji dropped into a fighting stance of his own. I backed off to give them space.
Let's dance.
Well, at least since the piglet can't talk, he's not calling for help, it looks like. And the battle began. Please let it be a one-punch knockout. Ryuji lashed out with his right fist, clearly aiming for the piglet's face. The piglet threw up both arms to ward off the blow and hopped back a few steps. This is his chance. If he pushes his advantage... But Ryuji didn't push the attack, and instead kept his distance. What? Why? What? Why are you pointing? Its balance recovered, the piglet leapt back and threw out a kick, which Ryuji smacked away with his right hand.
Not bad.
He's bluffing. He looked like he had the advantage, but something was wrong.
Damn.
His injuries acting up? As the fight dragged on, his movement started to get slower, and he didn't use his left hand at all. Oh, is it from getting shot in the ride?
Yeah.
The piglet stepped back and held up his arms to ward against Ryuji's strike at its chest.
You think you can beat me in a fist fight? Not in a million years, pal.
The punch had just been a feint to open up the piglet's head. Ryuji took his opening and delivered a brutal headbutt. Top of the head, hardest part of the body. The piglet wobbled for a minute, then collapsed to the ground. It didn't move.
That's right.
Ryuji? He dropped to his knees and pressed a hand against his side. As I ran up to him, I saw red seeping through his shirt. You're bleeding!
It's no big deal. My cut probably just opened up.
Just a flesh wound, eh? The one he got when the hospital blew up? Oh no! Sorry! I pulled his coat off. Just as I suspected, it wasn't just the one wound that had opened up. They were all oozing blood. His left arm, that's gotta be where the bullet hit him during the spaceship game.
Pretty pathetic, huh? Being a tough son of a bitch is just about the only thing I've got going for me. But like this.
Ryuji was trying to act tough, but it was clear he was in bad shape, and he'd gotten that way by taking hits meant for me. I'm sorry. This is all my fault. I tried desperately to keep from crying.
This is nothing, just a flesh wound. I'll be fine in a minute.
But... stop doing this! It's too much. You have to stop doing this! I felt tears start to trickle down my cheeks.
Hey, Saki.
You need to tell me when you're hurt. I want to help you too. Even if I can't take bullets for you or whatever, at least I can be there for you to lean on. The tears were coming faster now. But he reached out and gently wiped them away.
I thought if I could keep you from finding out, then maybe you wouldn't worry, but... guess that didn't work out so well. Oh, I should have known, though. You're not the kind of lady who just wants to sit back and let some guy do all the fighting for her.
Ryuji.
You're right. I'm pretty worn out, but I think I got enough left in me to escape. Okay, you ready to put this thing to bed?
I don't know, man. I'm starting to wonder if he's bleeding from, all his old wounds. Maybe we should turn ourselves in and get treated. Jeez. Can he really survive this? He stood up and shrugged his coat back onto his shoulders.
Where to next?
How about we head for the restaurant? Are you kidding me?
A woman after my own heart, but I'm not feeling hungry right now.
Me either, but if Hogstein hasn't gotten to the piglets there yet, maybe we can patch you up. Are you kidding me? He's probably sent the announcement throughout the whole park. Everybody should know. You can't trust any piglets. You can't go anywhere that piglets are. Maybe we can go back to the warehouse, because we found the first aid kit there the first time, right? Maybe there's more stuff.
Huh. Well, I guess it's worth a shot.
I still think it unwise and unrealistic, but oh well. As soon as the piglet at the restaurant noticed us, he ran over. Yes, help us, please! He handed us a towel and seemed to be indicating that he was worried about us. Good, this place is still safe. You don't know that.
If they're not all out looking for us, then we should rest up here while we can.
Alright, a little inconsistency is good for us. I nodded and asked the piglet to bring us a first aid kit. You got it. He returned in no time with a first aid kit and some warm tea.
Thanks. Oh, this hits the spot.
Me too, it's so relaxing. I finished my tea and went to work on Ryuji. This is even worse than I thought. He shouldn't even be able to stand up, but he hasn't complained about it at all. Right. I think that about does it. Tell me if they're too tight.
Nope, feels good. You're actually pretty good at this, you know.
Really? We figured we were probably safe at the restaurant a little longer, so we decided to run over our situation. The last game has started, right?
Probably. Kinda blows we missed it, but we still got our own stuff to do, right?
Yeah. Not really, just hide. That's all they said we could do was just hide. We saved Urabe and released the hostages. There was only one thing left for us to do. We just gotta hold on until he beat the game.
Uh-huh. Too bad we can't punch the real Hogstein.
As we were talking, I saw a small group of piglets enter the restaurant. Uh-oh. I gestured to Ryuji, and we quickly hid. Are they looking for us?
I think so.
They gestured to the piglet from the restaurant a bit, looking around and then left. They're gone. The restaurant piglet looked like he was thinking about something. What did they say to you?
They shouldn't have said anything. Are they allowed to even speak to each other? Doesn't seem like they should be able to.
He pointed at himself, then mimed moving a chess piece.
What's he saying?
Maybe he means that a bunch of the piglet security guys are going to be here in a little bit?
Wow, I've gotten really good at reading their mimes. How the hell did I get that out of that?
He nodded vigorously.
Whoa, that's amazing. You figured that out just from his weird little dance?
It's hard to explain. It's more like I was felt like that's what he was saying.
Like a trust your gut sort of thing. Damn, you're pretty awesome.
Yes, I know. He seemed genuinely impressed. Oh, come on. It's not that big a deal. I can't exactly tell him I just took a wild guess. Anyway, if we stay here, they're going to get us. We need to leave.
No argument there. You patched me up good, and we got some rest. I'd say it's time for a little more hide and seek.
Could we get like a sandwich to go or something? Okay, we'll be leaving now. Thanks. At least we had some tea. Aw, what a sweet piglet you are. The piglet waved goodbye to us as we headed out through the restaurant's back door. Instead of going through the plaza, we snuck through an alley to the side. Whoa, I didn't know about this one. We'd found ourselves in front of an attraction populated by statues of animals playing instruments. It looked like it was some kind of music game. That should be what they did yesterday. If it wasn't for Hogstein, this place would have been so much fun.
I know, right? I can't tell you how many times I thought.
Shh, quiet! A piglet that had been standing in front of the attraction's entrance had started walking in our direction.
Huh? Did you hear us?
We scrambled around behind a tree and held our collective breath. Please, oh please don't catch us. The piglet looked around, puzzled, for a few seconds, then returned to its post. That's right, these aren't the droids they're looking for. That was close. We snuck past as quietly as we could.
We snuck into the attraction? Okay, we snuck past it. Ah, perfect place to hide, the crater!
Oh, and call. Once we were out of sight of the music attraction, my phone began to ring. It's Shido. No, wait. That means it's Hogstein. Don't answer it.
Better answer it and see what he says. Even if it's bad news, at least it's information.
Yeah, good point. But he might try to make us do something. Maybe ignorance is bliss. I opened my phone and turned on the speaker.
Oi, you're better than I thought. You were supposed to have gotten yourselves caught by now, you know.
Sorry to disappoint. What do you want?
Me? Oh, nothing really. I just wanted to tell you it's pointless to run.
You son of a...
Pretty soon, there'll be more of my piglets out there looking for you. And remember, you can't leave, because... those are the rules.
Then he hung up. How will you know if I leave? For all you know, I've already left.
Not much of a conversationalist, huh?
Something he just said seemed off. I just can't put my finger on it.
So we can't leave because those are the rules. We already knew that.
Because those are the rules? Wait, what was the penalty for breaking the rules? Wait, that means... Penalty for breaking the rules is that... he blows up the attraction, right? But for my explosive insight, I'm supposed to pick rescued. See where that leads us? That's it! We already saved the hostages, so there's nobody left for him to kill.
What do you mean?
We couldn't just try to leave the park before, because if we did, Hogstein would kill the hostages, remember? But now that we rescued them, the only hostages he had were us, and if we ran away...
Oh, he doesn't have any hostages, so he doesn't have any leverage. We can do whatever we want.
Right.
Damn, you're smart. I'm glad you're here.
But wait, if everybody else is already in that attraction, then they're the hostages now. 'Cause they're stuck. Before I realized what was happening, he'd wrapped his arms around me in a bear hug. Hey, Ryuji! I want a picture! He doesn't mess around, does he? I guess that's kind of what makes him, though.
Alright, this changes things. If we could just walk out, that's going to be way faster than trying to play hide and seek.
Yeah, now we just need to figure out how to get to the entrance. Hands held tight, we headed off toward freedom. But what about everybody else? Uh-oh, we didn't get very far. We passed the hospital, and we're on our way to the entrance when... Piglet! Another one?
Damn things are like cockroaches. Get out of my way.
Well, so much for being covert. He kicked out at the piglet, knocking it to the ground. Keep stopping it!
Damn, they just keep coming.
He was breathing heavily now, and stopped to wipe sweat from his forehead. We'd run into a few piglets on our way, and Ryuji had managed to fight them off. But, do you need to rest a little?
No, I'm fine. We need to keep going.
No, you need to freaking rest! Saki, make him rest! He's gonna kill himself! Even if he said he was fine, I could see he wasn't. Where was Hogstein keeping all these piglets? Good question. He'd been telling the truth on the phone, though. There were way more piglets searching the park for us. They'd started combing the forest and alleyways, leaving us with very few places to hide.
They're not so bad one-on-one, but if we ever run into a group, I think we might be in trouble.
Well, at least it seems like they can only communicate with those weird gestures.
Yeah, guess we looked out there, huh?
He was right. If the piglets had been able to coordinate with a radio or something, catching us would have been like shooting fish in a barrel. I think his wounds are starting to open again. Every so often, I could catch a glimpse of the bandage I'd given him beneath his coat, and it was already soaked with red. Huh.
We're almost there. Just have to hang on a little longer.
Well, it's not going to do you any good if you run out of blood by the time we get there. I wormed myself under his shoulder and tried to lift him up. His clothes are soaked with sweat.
Hey, come on. I said I was fine.
I can obviously see you're not. And I'm saying that's a bunch of horse pucky. We're doing this together, remember?
Yeah, you're right. Thanks.
Slowly and cautiously, we continued toward the front gate. Easy does it. At last, we reached the Bizarre Planet attraction, which was connected to the entrance to the park. I don't see any piglets. Still be careful.
Maybe they didn't think we'd be crazy enough to try and leave the park.
Shops lined each side of the promenade, and at the end we could see the gate. There wasn't a single piglet in sight. If we can get through here, this nightmare will finally be over. You really don't think there's going to be piglets at the entrance, though? I adjusted Ryuji on my shoulders and began to walk.
Kinda hard to believe it's only been 7 days, huh?
Yeah. You know, when I met you that first day, I thought you were kind of scary.
Can't blame you. You certainly weren't the first.
I don't think that anymore, though. I know you're not scary at all. You're actually really nice. And I know that even though you look like a real tough guy, you love theme parks a whole lot. Loving theme parks doesn't make him any less tough.
Yeah, well, don't go spreading it around, okay?
He coughed awkwardly and grinned at me. I think it's kind of cute, but I guess I can see why he'd be a little embarrassed.
I've learned you're not the type of lady who just wants some white knight to run around fighting all her battles for her.
That's right.
Oh, right. I also learned you look real cute when you sleep.
Hey, you're not supposed to talk about that.
Well, tough luck. I'm not forgetting that vision of beauty as long as I live.
Now it was my turn to blush. Yeah, turnabout's fair play, I suppose. He laughed and seemed very pleased with himself. It's funny to him, but what if I do something embarrassing when I sleep, like drool? He'd probably think that's cute too. That's what happens when you're in love. Even weird things are cute.
We're all a pretty interesting bunch, huh? Those other guys are real characters.
Indeed. This is a great cast of people.
And if we hadn't all been thrown into the meat grinder, we never would have met. Kinda makes you feel weird about leaving, doesn't it?
Yeah. I don't want to lose touch with you guys. I wonder if I won't get to see Ryuji anymore once the game's over. but I do want to see him again. I really do. A life or death game hardly seems like the kind of place where you'd meet someone special, but I had. Someone very special.
There's the exit. This is it.
Be careful! I hadn't noticed how close we were. The gate was only 30 feet away. Look for any tripwires or cameras, shadows.
Oi, welcome.
What? As Hogstein's voice echoed through the air, piglets poured out from behind the shops.
Crap, this is bad. This is real bad.
Yeah, you really didn't think it would be that easy, did ya? Before I knew it, we were surrounded by more piglets than I'd seen in the whole week we'd spent at the park. The dark crowd parted to reveal Hogstein swaggering towards us. Is this the real Hogstein? Probably not.
My, leaving so soon? Please, I couldn't possibly let you go without a little souvenir. Oink, oink.
Is that a gun?
There was no mistaking the cold metal object in Hogstein's hand. No, does this mean he was just playing us the whole time?
What did you figure out that we were trying to do?
Figure out, please. You're so silly. I lured you here.
What did you... The phone call!
Correct. I gave you a tiny little hint, and you fell right into my trap. I guess being so clever isn't always helpful,
What's up with the fake crying?
Damn it.
The piglets began to close in. We were done for. But Ryuji just patted my head.
Don't look so worried. There's nothing like seeing you smile.
Even though I'm not a kid. What? Suddenly, the world spun as Ryuji tucked me under his arm like a football and took off toward the gate. Oh my god! Just tucking me under his arm like a football. Alright, he's making a run for it.
Yeah!
Hey! He slammed into the piglets that came at us with his shoulder, pushing them aside.
Get out of my way.
Oh my god, try to avoid them at least. But with every hit, he slowed down a little bit more. If his wounds hadn't been torn back open already, they certainly were now, and he had likely given himself some new ones too.
I won't let them get you.
Ryuji! Hogstein stood between us and the gate, gun in hand.
Oi, it's all over.
He lifted the gun to aim it straight at Ryuji's head. He's going to kill him! I felt something begin to boil up inside me. Why is he always doing this? I thought we made a promise to work together. Put me down, Ryuji. If he keeps this up, he's gonna kill himself. Yep, get mad. You're not dying for me, buddy. What's wrong with you? That's right. I'm gonna give you some wounds myself. I've brought people back to life with this voice. I can take it away, too. I let out a roar like no yell I'd ever yelled before.
Whoa!
Ryuji and the other piglets in front of us stopped in their tracks, stunned. And... yeah, take that, Hogstein.
Sorry.
Hogstein jumped, and in what seemed like an instinctive reaction, he cowered and threw his hands up to protect himself. Hopefully he dropped the gun while he was at it. For a moment, he was frozen.
You're gonna whip that out now?
Never mind that. This is your opening. Use it.
Right.
Wait, what the hell am I apologizing for?
For being the bad guy and making me angry. He scrambled desperately to re-aim his gun, but it was too late. Ryuji shot forward. Go, man, go! Oh.
Hogstein!
Look at me! Look at me all curled up there. He roared with fury as he smacked into the frozen pig. Yes! With me still clutched under his arm, Ryuji leapt out through the gate. He landed on his feet, wavered for a moment, then collapsed. Well, that's no good.
We did it. What's next?
What's next is we're caught because you passed out and we're still surrounded by piglets. and then he passed out. I clambered to my feet, grabbed a hold of his arms, and started to pull. Actually, I should look for the gun. He put himself in danger a bunch of times for me. I'm not gonna let Hogstein kill him. I'll keep him safe if it's the last thing I do. Just a little further. I just need to get him away from the park. One step at a time, I hauled him away from the park and Hogstein. But what's everybody else doing while I'm doing this? Really? So everybody was just so stunned by my yell that they just let us go? Okay, I'll take it. Oh geez, look at the time. I opened the curtains and let the warm morning sun stream into my room. I can't believe it's only been a week. I'm still sore all over. After Ryuji and I escaped, the rest of our teammates beat the game they were playing and left the park too. The press was all over the whole thing for a while. Fortunately, Shido pulled a few strings and managed to keep them out of our hair for the most part. My uncle and the other hostages weren't so lucky though. He was constantly getting jumped by reporters, and last I'd heard he was pretty fed up. As for the rest of our team, well, at least it's still good advertising for the park, right? Wakasa had gone back to work as a pop star. From what I'd heard, he was pretty grumpy that none of us had known who he was. Don't worry about us. But apparently he was channeling that into his career, and he was determined to become so popular that everyone would recognize him. The game must have made Mayoshi reflect on his own choices, since he started to go to work part-time once he got out. The rumor was that he was saving up money for job hunting, and that he was shooting to get a job in the game industry. Urabe had turned himself in. He'd regretted working for Hogstein and wanted to try to make amends for what he'd done. I told him that I wanted to get a reading from him when he got out, and he gave me a warm smile and said it would be his first priority. How long's he going to be stuck in there? Shirabe was tracking down the truth. In the end, we hadn't learned anything about who Hogstein really was. He hadn't even been arrested. When the police showed up, the pig had disappeared. Disappointing! Although I'm pretty sure that's going to be the case with all of the endings, except for the special route that I will unlock at the end. What was Hogstein after? If anyone could find out, I had a feeling it was Shirabe. Shido had gone back to his job as a detective, and I heard from him that the piglets had turned out to be just ordinary people. They had all been hypnotized or something, and had no memory of anything that had happened, which is totally ridiculous. Honestly, we've been left with more questions than answers. Maybe someday I'll get some answers, but right now I've got other things on my mind. And speaking of those things...
How's it going?
My door burst open. Ryuji! I hadn't seen him in a while, and the surprise visit made my heart swell in my chest. How you healing up, buddy? Been eating lots and lots of meat? As soon as my uncle had gotten out of the park, he'd called the police, who had immediately moved in to surround it. It hadn't taken me long to reach them, and they'd saved us. I was curious about what had happened to Hogstein, but I figured I could leave that to Shido and Shirabe. I'd survived, and so had the man I'd loved. That was enough for now. Oh, what are you doing here? I was going to come pick you up.
Nah, I couldn't wait that long, so I just checked myself out and ran over here.
Hey! You're supposed to be in the hospital? Don't make me whip out that voice again. The speed of his recovery had been astounding. Even with all his wounds, he'd only needed to stay in the hospital for about a week. Did they actually let you go, or did you just leave? You need to learn when to sit. Before I could finish, he threw his arms around me and squeezed.
Yeah, I know. But I wanted to see you. I couldn't help it.
Oh, so cute! Maybe the hospital kicked him out because they were running out of meat. You're trying to change the subject. Buttering me up isn't going to work. He just laughed.
You know, I've had a lot of time to think over the past week.
Oh yeah?
I think I'm going to quit the escort business.
What? That wasn't what I'd expected at all. I mean, I'm glad to hear he's not going to be flirting with other women all day, but... are you sure? I thought you were doing that so you could make women smile. Since he'd lost the chance to see his mother smile.
Huh, man, you could see right through me, huh?
He gave me a crooked grin. Well, there's other ways to make women smile.
Yeah, I can make a lady smile all day, and that feels nice, but I realized that I can make a particular lady smile, and that would feel great.
Oh yeah? My heart started to beat faster. I let myself fall into his arms and pressed my head against his chest to hear his own heart.
I only want to make one lady smile, Saki, and she's you.
Oh. He smiled. Ryuji. Oh, kiss! We leaned forward and our lips met. We kissed and everything else stopped mattering. Oh, why was it such a short thing? Why did they only show it to us for like 2 seconds? Ah! That was a really short after. And of course cutting out the song as usual. Man, I love Mitarashi's route. I knew he was gonna be a big, sweet cuddle bunny, but not this much. Just too sweet. It's so wonderful. I love him being this big, tough guy, but being so ushy-gushy inside. I usually don't like him being all sweet, but just the fact that he's tough guy and sweet is just adorable. I loved it. I mean, he could take a punch and he could throw the punches, and he half killed himself being a tough guy, but he was all cuddly too. Totally made my day. Great guy. 10 out of 10. Love you, Mitarashi. Next up, I decided I'm gonna do Shirabe, cause I am most curious about him. Okay, I was actually told he doesn't actually have as many spoilers as you would think he would, because to me I would think he would know more than anybody else because he's been investigating all that stuff, but apparently not so much as you would think. So yeah, I'm really curious about his route, so I'm gonna read him. And he's a really cool guy, I think. I think it's gonna be really interesting. I'll probably do him, and then Miyoshi, and then Urabe, and then Wakasa. And then Mikami, who is our secret character. So we'll get to that eventually. I decided I'm not gonna do the bad endings, cause, a lot of times people aren't that interested in them anyway, but I decided a lot of these games, I need to start holding back at least a few little things, so I'm gonna stop showing extras and side things like that. So yeah, I'm not gonna show his, bad ending. If you all want to see the bad endings, you can purchase the game. It goes on sale periodically. Even when it's not on sale though, it's only like $10, so it's really not very expensive. And it's usually on the PSN store. You can download it on your Vita or your PSP. Or you can buy a PSP hard copy of it. It would be nice if they ported it to PC one day. Yeah, this game was on sale for $3 not too long ago, so, maybe another sale will pop up. Keep an eye out for it. So, like I said, next up will be Shirabe. Hope to see you there for him, or in some of my other videos. And I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.